I think I'm starting to understand why J. Cole is quitting rap. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's your good guy here, Prince Onyx. Onyx. Formalities are out of the way. So I think I'm understanding why J. Cole is quitting rap, with this being his last and final album, The Fall Off. Let's go ahead and get into it. When you think about it, artists, in particular musicians, everyone's first record deal to a label, whether you are a rapper, a singer, songwriter, whatever the case is, no matter the genre, everyone's first deal is crap. When you think about an artist like Rihanna, for example, she literally was releasing albums like damn near every 2 years, if not damn near every year, to get out of that contract. And now here we are still waiting for her to release R9, which I I don't think that she'll ever release it, and we have to just really come to terms with that. The bare minimum and the most that we probably will get outside of the Fenty Savage makeup and lingerie line is when she is cast in a film and she is on the soundtrack. That's about it. That's about it. So when it comes to J. Cole and this 24 track album, The Fall Off, when you think about what artists, what musicians have to go through in general in order to give us, the audience, a great body of work, or just a body of work in general, because art is subjective, it can be a lot, and that can be very taxing and tolling on the body, the mind, the soul, the spirit, what have you, right? So, for the people who dropped their album reviews the day of, the day after, you didn't really sit with the album. You feel what I'm saying? Like for an artist like Summer Walker, I still would want to sit with, and still am sitting with, finally over it before I do my review. And granted, it's February. The album dropped November? So I'm still sitting with the album because I would rather take my time with it, because from one artist to the next, as a filmmaker and just an artist in general, a poet, songwriter, all of the things, you just don't want to disrespect the people who are creating these bodies of work. You feel what I'm saying? So I just feel like I understand why, because you go through so much to create these pieces of work, these bodies of work. It takes years. It takes a long time, and then you're releasing it to the public, and then the public turns around, and whether it's actual critically acclaimed critics who have a degree, or it's people who are just on YouTube trying to feed them and their family, they take the art and rip it to shreds. They're tearing it apart and really trying to paint you in this certain way where they're missing the mark. So again, if you're taking your sweet time with these albums, with these bodies of work, you got to understand that you just got to understand that things take time. Things take time. And so it would behoove you to take your time when reviewing this body of work. But because we are all essentially a slave to the algorithm, just like artists, musicians in particular, are a slave to the record label, we're just trying to catch up while things are trendy. It's a lot of stuff that I myself have missed out on and skipped out on just for the sheer fact that I'm like, either A, I don't really feel like talking about this, I don't have anything to contribute, I've watched fellow creators contribute something that is far better, and I will repost it, I will reshare it. But for me, I may not talk about it. I talk about things that I want to talk about, and that's why even with the podcast, I took a break last March on the 19th, 2025. So it'll be coming up to a year if I don't drop a new episode now, right? But even then, it's like right there, what I just said, if I don't drop a new episode, oh my God, it's like trying to keep up with the rat race. You go from one plantation to the next, the 9-to-5 plantation to the entertainment industry plantation. But because the entertainment industry plantation has a little bit more prestige, it's like, oh, okay, I like it here. I like it here because this is better and people respect me and know me. But how many broke celebs do we know? Right. How many people who are famous, but them funds is looking real funny, do we know? Right. 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 And so when you're at the top of your game, whether it's rapping, whether it's songwriting, singing, producing, filmmaking, podcasting, being a YouTuber, whatever the case is, a streamer, when you're at the top of your game, a choreographer, like I'm just thinking of all the different mediums, a poet, a photographer, a stylist, whether it's the clothes, whatever the case is, the hairstylist, the makeup artist. When you're at the top of your game, it's like, damn, what else is there to do? What more is there to do? I feel like we don't take enough time with these projects. We're so quick to consume them and consume them and consume them and then spit out what we think instantly and rapidly. We got to stop that. We got to stop that, because what purpose does that really serve? Right. It doesn't really serve a purpose unless you're monetized. But so many of us will rush to that of YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whatever medium is monetized, because I don't believe Spill or Blue Sky are monetized. But we will rush to these apps and give out our quick thoughts, hoping to get 1,000+ views, 2,000+ likes, 1,500 views, 15,000, 20,000, whatever the case is. We're hoping to get something out of it. We're hoping that our opinion actually not only matters, but that it actually has worth, that it has value. Yeah. And even for me, that's why I'm like, damn, like when it comes to the podcast and just my art in general, whether it's the Confusion series or non-Confusion related projects, I'm just like, yo, I want people to appreciate this. I want them to love this, but screw the critics. Respectfully, screw the critics. Because if you don't understand, or if you're not willing to sit down with me to really understand this art and where I'm coming from, what is there to discuss? Why are you critiquing? Why do you have an opinion? Yes, opinions are like assholes and everybody got them. And some of y'all's stinks. Yikes. So for me, I'm just like, damn. What are we all doing it for? For us artists, from artist to artist, what are we doing this for? Aside from wanting to live a good life and this, that, and the third, but damn, we're also feeding into capitalism, commercialism, consumerism, all of the isms we're feeding into so easily. And then we get upset when people are critiquing us, overly critiquing us, when they don't know what our story is, because they are not supposed to care about what our story is. They're just supposed to spit out the hottest topic, the hottest article, with the biggest and most boldest headline. Because Lord knows nobody reads past the headline. Nobody's going to really read the in-depth interview and digestion of track for track, scene for scene, line for line, bar for bar, flow for flow. Nobody's going to really indulge in that. But for those who do, thank y'all. And for those who don't, you're just another example of the child that got left behind, unfortunately. But let me know what you guys think. I know this is a longer video than I planned for it to be, but my thoughts and my, stream of consciousness was going. So there is that on that. But I will talk to you guys a little later. It is your good guy here, Prince Onyx, Onyx, chapter 31. Hello, my born day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.